Nice job with this image. This is one of those really complicated images to look at and really define the positive and negative space. But I would actually say that the figure is the positive space, and then all of those cream colors around the figure end up being the negative space. I think you could like pick apart parts of the image and say that the railing is the positive space and the figure is the negative space. But looking at the image as a whole, I would say that the figure is the positive space. It's a really beautiful image. The truncation that's happening, the light that's coming in, the scabs on the knees, like it's a very personal, intimate image where you're removing the face of the subject. So it's difficult to create an image like that where you're able to communicate that closeness, that intimacy without even including the subject's face. So I think you did a great job with that. Her gesture, like her hands look so relaxed and her feet kind of crossed there, really have a vulnerability to them that invites me in. Your metadata says that you shot this at 1/125th of a second. It doesn't actually say your focal length or your aperture, so I'm not sure what lens you were using that dropped that off. But you had said that you wished you were on a tripod, and the benefit of a tripod in this image would be that you could set up and frame this up just perfectly. There's no issue with camera shake here, so I don't think that is a problem. But the tripod would allow you to spend more time getting all of these lines perfect, right? So what happens when you shoot and you're aiming your camera up a little bit, and we see this a lot in architecture, is that you get what we call keystoning. So the lines here, instead of being a straight line, it's tilted up and they come towards the middle. And it happens again on this side also. You could see it here better, that everything's kind of pointed as though eventually it would be a triangle or a pyramid. And you can fix that in post-processing. Sometimes it creates some distortion, but you can avoid it by having the back of your camera parallel to the subject. So parallel to the wall in the back, and thus the railing here. So by setting up on a tripod, you'd be able to really make sure that you have that. You could even use a level to make sure that the back of your camera is perpendical to the wall behind it, and that would avoid this keystoning. So I don't think you needed a tripod as far as freezing the motion because you're shooting with a fast enough shutter speed, but I do think it would help with that compositional element. Nice job. This is a really beautiful image.